Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Dennis and today I will be giving you a little tutorial about the Airport Mania 2 Wild Trips, which is the second version to the first Airport Mania game. I have played them both, and to be honest with you, the second one is even better than the first one. Obviously it adds a little bit more features, but let's go a little bit over what we have in here and how to play it. So obviously you'll notice that I have a premium edition, and right over here in the right bottom corner it tells you what kind of version you have in case if you need an updated version or need to check what it is. If some of you are using the cheating trainers with it, this will also help you out to tell you which version you have, because trainers work with the different versions. On the top over here is my username that I created for myself, and you will be able to create multiple usernames if you would like to. These usernames will allow multiple people to play the same game on the same computer without having to interfere one with the other and screw up each other's play. On the right side over here you have several options available to you. Play obviously goes directly inside of the game, so you'll be able to play it. We'll do it in a second. Users will allow you to see the user accounts in here, like mine is the only account in here, but you have an ability to set up a new one, rename the one you already have, delete the account if you would like to, or load additional profiles if they are external to the computer and you would like to just import them in. And yeah, there you go. Alright, so in the options area, it will allow you to set up only a couple of things. Obviously this is not like a full-blown Modern Warfare 3 or Battlefield 3 games where you have tons and tons of different features to set up. And it's because the game is pretty simple in its own matter. You only have sound effects over here. These are usually the effects of the actual characters inside of the game. So whenever the plane sets down, it makes a sound. Whenever it lifts off or talks to you back and forth, like in its own little things. So those all would be the sound effects. You have an ability to turn them on or turn them off completely, and adjust their volume control to how they're louder or quieter. The music over here is what you hear in the background right now. That's what allows you to make it louder or quieter. If it's been too obtrusive, you could even turn it off completely if you don't like to hear it. The game also allows you to run itself in a full screen, and if you don't, it will run in what's called a windowed mode. This will usually help you out quite a bit in case if you have a computer that does not have a very powerful video card. And to be honest with you, the game is so simple you don't even have to have a very powerful video card. But sometimes if you have like something like a netbook or something very small, then in this particular case you might want to run it in a windowed mode. Plus it easily allows you to switch between the software and the other software games, like while you're playing. For example, if I'm playing a game and I would like to talk to someone on Instant Messenger at the same time, things of that nature, it will help you out. Show tips, exactly what it says. It will, every now and then it will be tips popping up to you to help you out, especially in the beginning while you're learning your ropes. This will open up the troubleshooting section. If you have any problems, it will be like question and answer type of thing in there, and their contact information should be in there as well, and back button. Credits, if you're interested like with seeing who actually created the game, you will be able to click on it and it will actually play it for you directly in here like this, so you'll be able to just watch this if you got nothing else to do. But I mean, it's really nice as well. And quit allows you to quit the game whenever you're ready. So let's go ahead and take a look at the play. And do you want to continue with it? No, I do not want to continue with it. So what you will notice in front of yourself, and I can kind of drag the screen from left to right, is that this game is vast. There are 1, 2, 3, well, there are stages over here, but I usually call them like something as big as worlds. And to be honest with you, there are like 10 stages. I went through about 8.5 stages by now. And there are quite a bit of levels in each one of the stages, though each level has a different amount of stages inside of itself. The amount of stars displayed at those stages tell you how well you did in that particular level. And the best one I think is a 4 stars, then a 3 is very good, 2 is okay, 1 is kind of poor, and no stars means you didn't clear it. So there's plenty of the different levels for you to try out your skills, and the game comes down to the fact that you have an airport and you need to manage it. You're gonna have a lot of planes come into you, which are very cute by the way, and you're gonna have to make sure that they get serviced, and serviced in a good time. That's the biggest thing about it. So you also have a little tutorial in here which I suggest you go through. They will help you out quite a bit, and it will show you your awards area. So if you click on awards, it will show you what you have currently already earned and the different type of medals and things of that nature. So it's pretty nice. Allows you to take a picture, like a snapshot of this, to show off to someone else later on if you would like to share with someone who also plays this game. And play obviously allows you to play. First of all, you usually do is you choose a particular level that you would like to play. Let's start with something like in the beginning, like this one over here. Whenever you click on a level, obviously it gets highlighted in here, and it tells you what stage it is, World 1, Level 1, and it shows you what the goal score is, because everything there is measured in points, and the expert score, master score, and what they call supreme and perfect scores. So perfect is the highest level of achievement. That means you did outstanding. No, but right now I earned the best score on this particular level, 24,650. So whenever you're ready to play, click on play. Once again, it repeats this information to you. And this is what you actually have in here. You have your runways directly, which I have 2 of them, and then you have something called gates right over here, which accept people that coming down. Right now I have one plane already waiting for me, and what I need to do in order to land that plane, I need to select it and click on a particular runway that I would like him to land on. Please note that he has decreasing amount of his happiness, and his face changes too. So I click on a plane and I click on a runway, and it tells it to go ahead and lower down. If you have multiple runways available to you, then you would be able to land multiple. So once you do select a plane, you will be able to tell it which gate to go to. And you also have secondary one, so you don't have to use only one. This little window will tell you that they're waiting for to be boarded by the specific gate. So I can go ahead and tell to go here. And this is a waiting space, so if both of them are taken, I can already go ahead and assign one of the planes in there. So let's speed this up a little bit, and you guys will be able to see how this works. This means that he's already loading. The blue arrow and the pink arrow means that they're unloading. So now it's taken. I need to put him in here. And let's put this guy in here. Then I'm going to click this guy to release. And I come over here. Okay. You will also notice that whenever they are unloading, the gate accepts the color of the particular plane, which gives you ability to earn multiple points. Notice that it's times 2 here and times 2 here. So what that means is that the more planes you're going to be able to put of the same color to the same gate, the more money you're going to earn by doing that. And the maximum is 4. So times 4. So whatever the money the plane was trying to give you is going to be multiplied by 4. If they leave early as well, you will also get multiplied by whatever the number it is, depending on how many planes were left early. I'll be talking about it a little bit further. So whenever you finish the level, you get an expert score or the things of that nature, whatever the score you actually got, and it shows you the amount of stars that you have currently got. So you have an amount of planes that you have served and an amount of planes you have lost. Like in the previous tutorials I've been showing, like in Supermarket Mania, for example, if the plane waits for too long and it drops all the way to 0 and you don't service the plane, it will literally fly away, as the tutorial say to go find another airport. I know it's kind of funny, but that's the way it is in a game. So you will lose the plane in other terms, and it will count against you in here. So obviously you want all of the planes to come early and to leave early, but on time is okay as well. You get less points, and if you're late on some of the planes, it's also going to hit you. So I got only 10,000 over here right now. And you will also notice, let's go ahead and take a look at the dashboard on the next level. So I'm gonna go to the second level right now, click on play. Okay, and let's do this. Now, whenever you get to the next level, you get to this upgrade window. Upgrade window allows you to add additional pieces in here. For example, this piece allows you to add, I already added it, but you could have a second one in here. Allows you to add a second waiting space. These are the waiting spaces right there behind. Waiting spaces will become crucial later on in a game, because you will have so many planes that you simply cannot serve all of them at the same time. So while the other ones are being served, the other ones will be waiting on the actual waiting spaces. While they wait in the waiting spaces, they do decrease their patience meter, but it decreases much slower than if they would be just waiting on a runway and plugging it up and stuff like that. You also have this particular runway here. This guy is a glorified waiting space, and a glorified waiting space will make sure that they decrease their patience even slower. There are many other things that you will be able to add, and it tells you right over here, ability to add additional gates, which will become crucial later on, and improve the gates. You have up to 3 different ways that you'll be able to improve the gates later on. Improved gates usually unload and load passengers much quicker. So that will definitely play out. The ability to add additional runway, so you have more of them, because game will throw its curveballs later on to you regarding like they can, for example, freeze, or like you won't be able to use them for a certain time. This little guy over here allows you to change the color of the plane. For example, you've been serving on this gate, like I told you, and it's purple, let's say, for 3 planes already. If you put a yellow in there, you're gonna lose all the extra points that you've been doing by multiplier by 3. So it would be better if you repaint the plane to purple and then put him in that gate over there, so you'll get multiplier by 4. It's not always you'll be able to use it because it takes some time to recharge, but it's a really nice addition. This little guy over here will show you that the planes are coming and how quick they're coming, so you'll be able to plan accordingly. It will appear roughly around this area on the top here, and it's really nice later on, so you'll be able to know what goes where and stuff like that, but sometimes you're so busy that you don't even have the time to look at it. And this is more an optional thing. It allows you to buy additional plane, which will give you a little bit more money, but usually that plane increases the level of difficulty. You will be having more passengers in there, waiting time will be slower and stuff like that. So as you progress further and further in the game, it has much more and more and more stuff directly inside of it. So you also have an ability to sell something if you want to make additional money, or you will have an ability to exit the shop. So right here I have already earned something here, so I'm going to be quiet for just a moment and show you how it's been done a little bit quicker. Please note that I queued up some of their areas, because even though that they came on board, they have to still wait for your directive to go ahead into the gate. So this guy is good, so now I can put this guy in there. Yes, I know it changes the colors, but sometimes you can't do it all. You have only 2 gates. Later on you can have up to 5 gates if I don't mistake. So this guy, I'm gonna make him wait, and then I'm gonna queue him up to go to the gate when it frees up. So right now it tells me that it's A, that it's waiting for this gate A in here. How do I know the letters? Is A and B right there. It automatically goes in. Some of them are a little bit interactive environments, so you'll be able to click on additional things in the background, which is pretty cool. I don't have time to wait. Kept the bunny safe. Oh yeah, because I clicked on that thing, the bunny was not taken back. Whatever, it just gives you a little bit of money later on. You can queue up quite a bit of different things for them, and it will become crucial later on in the game, quite a bit of tasks, but you cannot queue up all of them. So for example, you could make them disassemble, you'll see what I mean, but you will not be able to tell it all the way to departure and actually click on a depart after this. It won't let you. Here the meters over there on the top show you how much passengers are left before we'll be able to go. So while it's already loading, I will be able to tell it to depart, but not when it's unloading, only when it's loading. Well, when it's blue arrow, not when it's this. So for example, I cannot take this guy right now and tell it to go ahead. It won't let me. It won't let me even select it while it's unloading. Now when it's loading, I can do that. The faster gates obviously will load them and unload them faster. You could click on these little things just to entertain yourself. This is the money meter. It shows you how much money you did, and this is the countdown timer over here on the left top corner. It shows it to you very interestingly. You have a large red squares, then a smaller blue squares, and I think yellow and blue squares. It's essentially a countdown timer. You will notice it and you'll get used to it. It shows you how much time left till the end of the level. This over here is your score meter, and this is a basic score, and then they start marking it until the best score you reach right over here. So right now I did pretty good. It says expert score, but yeah, I did pretty good on that one. Don't worry, it's my timer right now. And you also have a menu over here. So I think this could be good enough for the beginning. And please watch my second portion where I will be showing you a little bit more advanced levels to see what kind of other things you could expect in the game.